Welcome back to another great episode of Kyndra's Corner, comedic edition. I am so excited because I got my girls here. Okay, it's us. We're like freaking Powerpuff Girls. Okay, Destiny's Child, not the fourth member of the three. Okay, the final cut. The first person I'm bringing on to the stage. I am so glad that she has calmed down in life, y'all, because I remember she used to beat people until she was musty. Miss Kate is in the building. She was out here mollywopping folks, man.
Good. I like that my reputation precedes me. Be afraid of me. But I'm better now. I got calmer. I did.
Wonderful. The next guest, at this point, she's so tired of shooting her shot. She's just about to go ahead and start shooting people. Gigi is in the building.
Gigi.
It's not incorrect.
Accurate.
Somebody yelled at me today on the road, and my first thought was, this is why I'm not allowed to have a gun. And then I was like,
my friend used to keep a fake revolver in her, on her passenger seat. And if people would cut her off or be wild, she would just pull it out and put it on the dashboard and look at it. And I was like, that's crazy. She would do that out here in LA.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't hear Kate, but I saw a very lively.
Oh, you couldn't hear me?
Wait, can you hear?
But I can't hear Kate, but I saw it was a very lively explanation.
Dang.
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me, Gigi?
Yeah, I can hear you. I just can't hear Kate.
No.
Bummer.
Log back in and log back out.
Me or Gigi?
No. Or either one. See, Kate, you log back in, log back out, and then see if it works for me.
Okay.
It works. Okay, so she's gonna log back in, log back out, and everything else.
I mean, I'm really mad I missed it because it was lively.
No, basically what she said was she had a friend out there in LA who she had a revolver and a fake one. So if somebody acted crazy or got wild, she would just place it on. She would place it on, so people can scare. Okay, Kate, say something.
Hello, Gigi. Can you hear me? No, darn it.
Okay, Gigi. Okay, so Gigi,
she's out.
No, okay. It's okay. We're gonna listen. It's okay. I think it was her cat. Her cat was in the background, just happened to come out of nowhere, right? So just wanted to sit there and mess up the connection. That's what it is.
That's right.
What the heck it is, right?
That's right. Here she is. She's back.
Okay, Gigi. I can hear everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said it was your cat. See, your cat came out of nowhere. It was being sneaky. That's what it was.
The worst. Oh my God, a minute.
And you know what's so crazy? So Kate, I just kind of caught her up to speed. Kate, since you talked about road rage and someone acting crazy, this brings me to our first interesting news of the week, okay? So, a road rage incident. This is a true story. All right, I saw it on camera and I said, good for them. A road rage incident resulted in an elderly couple fighting a young couple. The elderly couple ended up beating up the younger couple. The wife still had her purse on while whooping that girl. The husband beat the young man with a stick, and the younger couple got back in their car and they drove off. What are your thoughts, Kate? What the heck are your thoughts?
Okay, here, if I'm being super honest with everybody in this room right now, I think about terrible shit to do to people on the road all the time. Like things that I'd be in prison if I did even a third of what I thought of yesterday. When the sign says the lane is ending, maybe a half mile before you get there, and it becomes a turn lane. So it's like through traffic, go to the middle lane or merge left or whatever. When you wait until the bitter end, when you're at the light and you should have merged all the way back there, I'm not letting you over. But some jackass yesterday, he was like, we're playing chicken. And I was like, I got to let him win. Because we were inches from hitting. And I was like, I'm going to let him in. But then because I'm petty, I whip out my phone and I'm like, pretending like I'm taking pictures and sending them so he could say I wasn't, right? But I was pretending. And then I just smiled and waved and I was like, I hope I ruined his day mentally. Like, I hope he's like, am I gonna get a ticket? So I agree with the women and the men beating each other, beating the asses of the youth. I'm with it.
Let me ask you before I go to Gigi. Let me ask you, Kate, have you almost ever got into a fight or got into a real bad with an elderly person? Because they be trying it.
They do try. They do try us. Never an elderly person, but people of my age or younger, yeah. But never an elderly.
What was the one time you knew you were about, like, I'm about to go to jail, somebody doesn't pull me back, or this person doesn't walk away? A person in, like, our age group or so.
Oh, this happened very recently. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I accidentally blocked someone's driveway in Echo Park, a neighborhood in Los Angeles that sucks. It sucks.
Oh no, I know Echo Park. I went there.
Dude.
I said, bro, I gotta get up out of here.
There's too many whites. There's too many whites. And I accidentally blocked it. And then I didn't realize it until I came out from my friend's apartment. It had been under an hour. They had put a fake ticket under my windshield, and which is gangster as fuck. But then they started running down the driveway screaming at me, and they had deflated all of my tires, which I didn't know. So I go to drive down the road and I hear clunk, 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 clunk. And then my computer is like, all of your tires are low or whatever. My psychotic ass, I reverse up the hill on Glendale Boulevard, and I immediately go into their driveway and screaming like a lunatic. And I went to physically do stuff, and I was like, oh, somewhere in me, my ancestors took me over, and they were like, there's probably guns, dumb. So the only reason I stopped was because I was this close to their faces, and then I was like, uh-oh, not my property. So that's the only reason I stopped. So it was God that intervened.
Wait, hold on.
Well, God's fictional.
I got a real quick question.
Yeah.
You said your tires were flat. Did you have to call a tow truck to get your...
They had deflated them enough where it was for sure doing damage to the rim, but I could still get to a gas station, because that's what they said to me. They were like, well, go to the gas station. And they stole all the caps from the freaking where you do the... Yeah.
What type of crap is this?
When I tell you I wrote down that address and my plans are bigly. I've got some big plans.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? No, I'm not going to say. I don't want to incriminate myself. I'm listening. Why every time that we get on this show, we're talking? Remember, like, the last episode?
I'm becoming terrified of Kate.
So, Gigi, you don't have to worry. Just don't cross me.
So that's why I said she used to beat people till she... I knew that was funny.
I told you it was great.
So, Gigi, you want me to repeat the interesting news for you, or you got it?
No, I got it. And I was thinking of it along the lines of like beating up old people, and like I used to be a CNA, and so I couldn't, but I wanted to. And I was thinking of it less along the lines of like the road rage, because like I drive people crazy because, in my opinion, we're all on the same team when we're on the road, and we're all trying to get somewhere. And so I try to like be nice and let people in, and like I surround myself with people who have like the worst road rage, and it makes them so angry. But I'm like, we're on the same team. We're all trying to get somewhere. And they're like, flip them off. Eat is young. I'm like, oh, okay. And so, but it's funny that this came up though, because yesterday my sister called me. I was on the way to go do some stand-up, and she called me and she was like, I don't know what to do, but I just passed these people in a fight, and then I heard a gunshot go off.
Oh, you passed some people.
I said, girl, call the police. What'd you call me for?
What'd you call me for?
She's like, Gigi, can you use this on stage?
She was like, I don't know. I just call you first for everything.
Oh my gosh.
I said, what am I going to do?
Oh, that's terrible.
So wait, Gigi, give me the worst CNA like the worst patient that you remember where you're like, bro, God, pull the plug, because I am done with, because it's always that one you're like, bro, you've been on this earth for too long. It's okay, you can go, please.
Like most of the people were like, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm always terrified I'm gonna break it, but most of the people like I got along with, because like at the time I was like really chipper, and so they weren't too bad. I don't remember like hating anyone. No, there was a few men who were like perverts. And like as they get older, like the walls that they were hiding behind come down, and all of the pervert comes out. So there was a couple of those, and one guy, he passed away choking on a pretzel. But he was a massive pervert.
So you're like, I'm not giving him the Heimlich. Did you watch him pass away from the pretzel?
No. They were like, he died. He choked on a pretzel, and I said, sometimes
What are you
that's
gonna
the way to go. Right. He was so bad. He like harassed us really bad, and so we were all kind of like, it is what it is. And so there was another lady who was like really, really abusive to everybody, but I didn't have to take care of her. And one time she bled out on the floor for 4 hours, and she didn't die.
Oh wow.
They wheeled her back in a couple hours later, and I was like,
Wait, how was she on the floor for 4 hours without anybody seeing her, or was everyone just walking past her?
Well, it was like a facility where they do rounds every 4 hours.
Oh.
And so it wasn't like negligence that happened. And she was just like really hateful. She was so abusive to everybody. And they said that happened, and I thought, oh no, she died, or oh yeah, she died. And and they were like, no, she's back there still. And I was like,
You're like, damn.
Hate keeps you virile.
Sure does.
It
Sure does.
But
Well, it looks so
everybody
good.
else, like, they wanted to fight her, but I didn't have to take care of her, so it wasn't too bad. So the only one that I really, really didn't like was that guy who was like, he would be like, not just like making comments, he would be like full on, like when he had all of his faculties, he was surely on a list. And so yeah, we were just like,
He was in some files somewhere.
He was in a file or two.
Ugh.
So
I get it. I was thinking like, yeah.
That good old pretzel took care of him for us. So.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. No bad deed goes unpunished. Okay.
Mm-hmm. No, but I worked with kids, and those are the ones I really wanted to hit.
Oh no, of course. They're freaking horrible. No, they are. Like they will really try you. Like they will. You talking to someone who was an elementary teacher, man. Like I had to take a break. I had to take a mental break because I'm telling you, these kids, horrible.
Horrible. And it's
like, have you ever caught yourself going back and forth with a child for a very long time?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and then like
the
insults like get higher and higher, and then you're like, wait, actually, I have to dial back, but I really don't want to.
Exactly.
I want to put you in therapy right now, actually.
Right now.
Exactly.
I really hate them.
Well, let me before we go to the random poll for tonight. So let me say this. I will say, good for them. That's what they get. Listen, those two were a problem back in the day. If they were sitting here she mollywopped that girl. That purse was still on. I'm like, girl, you can't beat up by an elderly person. You're supposed to have the upper strength. Like she was ducking and moving like she was Ali in her prime, like in his prime and stuff like that. And then they just got in the car. I think the elderly couple high five. That's what I'm talking about. That's who I want to be with.
Same.
We can sit here knocking folks out. That's what I'm talking about.
We ride it on.
It makes me feel like this was a like a glitch in the Matrix, and it was really the younger couple was the older couple fighting themselves, but they just got better over time.
Yes.
They knew what to do.
But speaking of couple, let me go. I'm gonna go to Gigi. I'm gonna go to you first. So here's a random poll of the night. We're talking about while my phone's refreshing. We're talking about opposites attract. So my question is, do you honestly believe the whole opposites attract? Like, where do you think that comes from? And do you feel like you're dating someone, you will have a longer lasting relationship if you guys had like a 95% similarity rate?
I feel like I think about this a lot, and I think that opposites attract because only if you have the same values. Mm-hmm. So if you have the same values and like you're both decent people, whoever's opposite you has whatever your strengths are, and there will be their weakness, and whatever, like you'll balance each other out. And so I think that's why like we have like a long lasting relationship with opposites attract. Mm-hmm. But if you don't have the same values, it's just a shit show. And so I think that does. But also, like, I think if you are too similar, it's only a good relationship if you're both very toxic.
Word.
Like J-Lo and what's his name? Ben Affleck. Like, they have fun. And if you're like too similar because you both love to like, you know, Sudoku and like whatever boring people do in their homes together at night. I'm like, oh God.
Read.
What are you doing? That sounds horrible. But if you're like toxic, I'm like, yeah, that could probably work out long term. You're just feeding off each other, the energy's there.
Love it. Let me ask you this question: when you got a chance to try a date or get to know someone, did you find yourself more with people who were similar to you, or people who were like opposite?
I was hoeing. I was with all
Good.
kinds.
Love that for
There
you,
wasn't a
Gigi.
specific type, but I was toxic, so that's how I know that the fun stuff is toxic. It's experience, and so like I was like, if it wasn't fun, if we weren't like doing crazy shit to each other all the time, I was like, this sucks. So I guess it was like similar.
I love it. There it is. So you got your J Lo versus Ben Affleck. I love it. Okay, go ahead, follow it up. Do you need me to repeat the question? You got
No, I got it. You know, it's funny. I would have changed my answer prior to hearing Gigi's, but I totally agree that I think morally, I think, you know, you obviously need to be similarly aligned in that way. But I also think like stupid small things need to be similar. Like I don't need you to necessarily, I don't know, only drink oat milk, or I don't need you to be like dietarily. I don't care how that matches, or I don't care if you're like morning person versus night person. Like some things like that, I'm like, whatever, that can be fun if it's different. But if you're someone who sees a laundry basket and thinks my clothes don't go there, they go anywhere else, including the floor or the bathroom, I will put a pillow over your face. So I don't think we would work out. So that's just one. Also, I live with people who think that the air conditioner only works if the windows are open. And I disagree fundamentally with that principle because it's not logical. So I would say if my partner were that way, I'd kill him too. So, you know, so in some ways I think opposites can attract, but in other ways I'll end up in jail.
That's so fair. It gets hot where you are too.
Sure does. Yeah. Yeah. We're just trying to cool off the city with our windows open. So it's good, I guess. We're being generous.
Hopefully, wait. Are you having to take care of the bill, or they're taking care of the bill? Like at least.
Oh no, I came home from 6 weeks in New York to a $650 power bill, and we had to have a conversation.
Woo!
Yeah.
Well,
you're like texting them every night. You better close
the windows.
I'm gonna bring my fake revolver in.
And I'll just put it on the refrigerator. Just be like, can everyone see this? Can everyone see my potential?
Put it in your waistband, just lift your shirt up a little bit.
Sag my pants just slightly, just ever so slightly. I don't have to say nothing, just a visual.
let me ask you, Kate, before I go ahead and you know, close out with myself and stuff. The best relationship or when getting to know someone, because you know that's I always say, man, men are perfect in the beginning, the first couple of weeks, and that's why I get a new one. Okay, so that 2-week trial of dealing with a guy. Okay, did you have more fun with the guy who was similar to you or a guy who was opposite of you?
That's a really good question. Probably in the beginning stages, more fun with the opposite, for sure.
Really?
Because because it showed me this other way of doing things. Because like, as random as I am, I'm pretty rigid on certain things. And when someone's like, no, the dishes can stay in the sink overnight. And that to me feels like such a big deal. And he could like right size it and be like, why is that a big deal? So stuff like that is helpful. So yeah, for the first weeks, but after 2 weeks, put your doo-doo drawers in the laundry basket or I will kill you.
God.
I will kill you. But you know, 2 weeks are great though.
2 weeks are great.
Horrific.
Well, I think so. My answer is I think the whole opposite attracts comes from like a physics type of mentality. Mm-hmm. You know, I think that's what it has something to do about. I think it works for some people.
Oh no,
she froze.
She froze.
However, I personally have had more fun with guys who was just like me. You know, that I've had more fun. Like, you know, I like to make random animal sounds, and I'm on the phone making these random animal sounds, and they're communicating back with me animal sounds, and we're having a whole animal conversation. It's like the whole zoo. It's great. I love it. Like, hey, I'm about to go get a monkey. Do you want to go get a monkey? Let's name this monkey. You know, whatever. Let's go break into the zoo. Punch has been viral. Let's go find a way to get punched, okay? And we're gonna make. Let's do a heist. I don't know. Like, that's pretty much what I'll be. But again, at the same time, I don't know long term wise what it'll be like, right? But yeah, I have tried talking to getting to know guys who was the complete opposite, and I'm like, bro, I'm bored with you. You're sitting here listening to, like, you know, house music. I don't listen. What the heck is this? House music, eating, you know, having Tai Chi coffee and espressos. I don't do any of that. Or listen to punk rock at 2:00 in the morning.
Get out of my face.
No,
Get out of my face.
No. Like, you know, like.
I need someone that can be trashy with me. That's like one of my. Well, I'm married now, but that was like one of my like literally one of my top tier like qualifications. Is like, you have to be trashy with me. I can't be putting on airs. I can't be pretending that I'm a good person. I need to be able to be like my most terrible, awful, rude, judgmental self. And you'd be like, you know what? You're right.
I agree.
And here's what else is bad about that person.
Oh, a gossip buddy. Oh, it's good.
Yeah. No, and my husband and I will stay up sometimes like too late. I like just talking shit about people.
Aw.
See, but that's what makes you guys versus someone's like, babe, it's 9:00. It's time for our bedtime, bro. I want to say, so no, we're gonna go to bed at 9. You know, like no, you gotta.
I do that too. It's balance.
balance. Well, no, that was my answer. I'm gonna go ahead. We're closing out. Miss Kate, tell everybody shows that you have coming up. If you're going to be in Australia for 6 weeks, what are we doing these days? What are we doing?
Girl, put it out there. So Australia in the future. I am hopefully going to Africa this year. My friend, I'm hopefully going to get to perform in Nairobi. That's a goal for September. So keep putting it out there. In the more immediate and domestically, I have a show on Saturday at Astronaut City in Los Angeles. If you're around, it's the 28th at 8 p.m. And then I have a show in March at is it Flappers in Burbank, but I don't know the date yet. But you can check out all of that on my Instagram, which is the Kate Gaffney is my handle. And Kyndra, thanks for having me on again. This is so fun. Man. I love your people.
Listen, we got to have like our own name. Like, you know, I said we were like Powerpuff Girls, but no, we need something else that's just trashy and it's just, it works for us. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, we are.
Figure it out.
Love it.
Marinate on it.
Miss Gigi, while you and your husband are up to 2:00 in the morning talking crap, y'all got to brainstorm that. Miss Gigi, go ahead, shout out your social, what you have working on, anything, so we can go ahead and support.
I have a show on March 6th at Burger Bar in Asheville, and I have a contest show in late March at Slice of Life Comedy. Put it on at Pulp in Asheville. And then I have my podcast called Read It and Screech that comes out sometimes when I have time. And then I have I think that's it. I have another podcast I'll be on, but I don't remember the day or the time or the name. So
so there we go.
And you can find that I don't know where.
So helpful. Good promo, Gigi.
Well, listen, it's been great. Thank you all. Thank you to all the people, 100,000 of you all who tuned in. And April Fools, one day.
Someday, put it out there.
Just like you're going to go to Nairobi, Kenya. Right. I'm going to one day have 100,000 followers. Just be able to just tune in and they're leaving their comments and we're just trying to hurry up and catch and read and you know it's like double dutch. We're just reading and we're just doing like this as we're trying to answer. We're like, what the heck are they fighting in the comments? It's like you drove your sister called you GG and they were like, oh, there's a fight and she's driving by like they're fighting in the comments as we're sitting here telling jokes. You know how
Exactly.
Well, listen, y'all be blessed. Thank y'all
too.
for tuning in.
Thank you. I love seeing you guys.
Y'all take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.